Have you ever wondered how some people seem to face life's changes with grace, no matter their age? Why do certain individuals find deep joy and connection, even as the years go by? Could there be secrets to staying resilient and emotionally fulfilled as we grow older? What truly sets emotionally intelligent seniors apart from everyone else? It comes down to a set of unique qualities that don't fade with time, but grow stronger. The truth is, emotional intelligence can flourish in the later years, offering wisdom, peace, and a sense of purpose that's second to none. These signs of emotional intelligence aren't just theories. They show up in everyday actions and can transform how we experience aging. Stay until the end. What you'll learn might change your life. If you find these insights helpful, please subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experiences matter, and we'd love to hear from you. The wisdom of acceptance. Imagine sitting by the window with a warm cup of tea, watching the rain tap against the glass. Maybe you remember times when unexpected changes in life, retirement, health shifts, moving closer to family, felt overwhelming at first. Yet, over the years, you've learned to adapt, finding peace where once there may have been frustration. This ability to accept what you cannot control is one of the most profound signs of emotional intelligence in later life. Acceptance isn't about giving up or pretending everything is perfect. It's about letting go of the urge to resist reality. Take the example of Margaret, a retiree who always loved her vibrant career, but eventually faced the quiet that comes when a busy office no longer calls every morning. At first, the absence of work left her feeling lost, but she decided to embrace her new routine, focusing on what her days could bring: creative hobbies, meaningful friendships, and cherished moments with her grandchildren. Instead of wishing for the past, she adapted, demonstrating the quiet strength that comes from accepting change with a steady heart. This wisdom is visible in so many small, everyday choices. Rather than fighting against aches and pains that come with age, emotionally intelligent older adults learn to listen to their bodies, adjusting their activities and asking for help when needed. They don't dwell long on regrets or replay old mistakes. Instead, they accept that every experience, good or bad, has helped shape the person they are today. Whether it's letting go of grudges or adapting to new technologies, their open-mindedness allows them to continue learning and growing. Story after story reveals that those who embrace acceptance have a lighter spirit. Consider Bill, who lost much of his hearing over the years. At first, he struggled, missing out on conversations and feeling left out at gatherings. Then, instead of withdrawing, he made peace with his reality, learned to use assistive devices, and started joining groups with similar experiences. He found connection not by denying what had changed, but by acknowledging it and finding new ways to engage with life. This quality doesn't remove all of life's difficulties. However, it does soften the edges and allow space for hope, joy, and gratitude, no matter what comes your way. There's something truly liberating in accepting things as they are rather than trying to force them to fit how we wish they would be. Isn't it remarkable how choosing acceptance over resistance can open the door to new possibilities and deeper contentment? Empathy, the gift of seeing through others' eyes. Think back to a time when a neighbor or friend confided in you about a struggle or loss. Maybe it was a childhood pal facing illness, or perhaps a daughter navigating a difficult divorce. Over the years, you've sharpened your ability to listen not just with your ears, but with your heart. This is empathy, a cornerstone of emotional intelligence that only deepens with age. It's not simply about understanding words. It's about sensing another person's emotion beneath the surface, recognizing their pain or joy as if it were your own. Consider Helen, whose weekly card games are less about playing and more about offering a comforting space to friends wrestling with worries. She gently prompts, "How are you really doing?" and listens without judging. Her friends know they can confide in her because she genuinely cares. It's no surprise that people like Helen become the anchors of their social circles, the ones others seek when they need advice or a shoulder to lean on. With each passing year, the art of empathy grows richer. Life's many chapters, raising a family, enduring setbacks, letting go of loved ones, teach a level of compassion impossible to fake. Sometimes you remember being impatient with someone's troubles, but now wisdom whispers that everyone carries invisible burdens. Empathy is less about having all the answers and more about making others feel seen and heard. Take the story of Sam, who once found it hard to connect with his grandson after the boy's parents moved away. Instead of offering solutions or pushing his own agenda, Sam started asking about games the boy played online and listened to his stories with genuine curiosity. Over time, their bond deepened, bridging the gap between generations. In moments like these, empathy transforms into connection. It's the glue that holds families and friendships together. It is also the solace that softens loneliness, whether you're offering comfort to a friend or receiving it yourself. In our golden years, we discover that empathy isn't about dramatic gestures. Sometimes it's simply sitting quietly beside someone, holding a hand, or listening to someone talk about the little things that matter so much to them. The smallest acts of empathy can spark healing and remind others that they aren't alone. Can you recall a recent moment when offering your understanding brought comfort to someone? How did that make you feel? And whose day have you brightened lately just by truly listening? Resilience, weathering life's storms with grace. Picture yourself as an old oak tree standing tall through decades of changing seasons. You've weathered fierce winds, unexpected lightning, and rainstorms that seem never-ending, yet you're still standing, roots deep, branches reaching for the sun. That enduring strength is the essence of resilience, an emotional intelligence trait that reveals its true power in our later years. As the years roll by, challenges accumulate. The loss of loved ones, changing health, financial adjustments, or even simply learning to live with quiet after a lifelong partnership. But like sturdy oaks, emotionally intelligent older adults discover their ability to bend without breaking. Take Robert, who lost his wife after 53 years of marriage. The grief was overwhelming, a wave threatening to pull him under. Friends worried about him, but Robert, while never ignoring his sorrow, chose each day to get out of bed, make breakfast, and walk to the park. Over time, he allowed himself space to mourn, yet also reminded himself of all the joyful years they'd shared and the precious memories he still carried. He joined a widower's support group, and in listening to others, he recognized his own ability to adjust, to find new meaning while honoring the past. It's not about denying pain or pretending to be unaffected. Instead, resilient individuals let themselves feel hurt and disappointment, but don't let those feelings take over the story. They're the ones who, after losing a job, find purpose volunteering at a local shelter, or who, following a surgery, discover new passions in painting or writing letters to old friends. Their secret? They focus on small steps forward, not just the setbacks. What's remarkable is that resilience often draws from other emotional strengths, such as acceptance, empathy, and a positive outlook. When an obstacle arrives, these adults review how they've faced tough times before, gently reminding themselves, if I got through that, I can get through this too. With age, perspective deepens, and the storms that once seemed insurmountable begin to look more like passing weather than endless winters. Even on the hardest days, Resilient older adults share laughter, encouragement, and hope with those around them. Do you recognize this enduring spirit in yourself or someone you know? How have you seen resilience help you or a loved one reclaim peace and happiness after hardships? Wisdom in pausing, cultivating thoughtful responses over impulsive reactions. Imagine a moment years ago when someone said something that stung. Maybe a family member's careless remark, a frustrating conversation with a neighbor, or an unexpected piece of news. In youth, the urge to snap back might have been hard to resist, but with age comes a powerful gift, the ability to pause, breathe, and consider your response. This is not just self-control. It's a refined skill, an aspect of emotional intelligence that flourishes in later life. Consider Lillian, who used to react instantly when her grown son disagreed with her parenting advice. Tension would fill the room, hurtful words would spill out, and misunderstandings took days or weeks to mend. But in her 70s, Lillian began to notice the pattern and decided to change. Now, when she hears something unsettling, she quietly takes a sip of tea, lets the conversation settle in, and thinks before answering. Often, she realizes that her first reaction isn't what she truly wants to express. Instead, she chooses words that bridge gaps rather than widen them. Her son, in turn, became more open and honest with her, knowing that conversations wouldn't spiral into conflict. Over the years, this ability to pause has served Lillian well, not only with her family, but also with friends, care providers, and even strangers at the grocery store. Whether the issue is small, like a misplaced item, or large, like a tough decision about living arrangements, taking time to reflect before responding has helped her keep relationships strong and her own peace intact. This thoughtful restraint isn't a sign of weakness or avoidance. It's wisdom built through years of ups and downs, apologies and victories, losses and lessons learned the hard way. With each mindful pause, trust grows and communication becomes more honest and gentle. It's about breaking the cycle of reaction, replacing it with intentional response, and modeling that calm for others. Even the young people in your life who are still learning to navigate their own emotions. Can you recall a recent time when taking a moment before responding changed the outcome of a conversation? How might more pauses, more reflection, deepen your relationships and bring you greater peace? Gratitude's gentle power, finding joy in the present. As the years pass and life's landscape shifts, the ability to practice gratitude becomes an invaluable part of emotional intelligence. Aging brings its challenges, aches that linger, the bittersweet memory of old friends, or the pace of change that can feel dizzying at times. Yet, those who have mastered gratitude find themselves nourished by small joys rather than drained by what's missing. Take Eleanor, for example. Widowed in her late 60s and living on her own, she could easily have fallen into the habit of noticing only the empty seat at her breakfast table or the limitations her body now presents. But Eleanor made a conscious choice each morning to focus on her garden. She would step outside, listen to the robins, notice the way sunlight danced through her favorite maple tree, and water her tomatoes with care. After breakfast, she often wrote a quick note to a friend or thanked the neighbor boy for bringing in her paper. Over time, even on her hardest days, Eleanor found something or someone to be grateful for. A kindness from a nurse, the laughter of a grandchild, the comfort of a familiar book. This daily practice slowly rewired the way Eleanor saw the world. Grand challenges, like medical appointments or holidays spent quietly, became less daunting because she had trained herself to see beauty and kindness even in routine moments. Her friends noticed the difference too. They remarked on how at ease she seemed, how her gentle happiness infused their visits with warmth. Eleanor's gratitude created a ripple effect, inspiring others to reflect on their own blessings, no matter how simple. Cultivating gratitude isn't about ignoring real hardships. It's about choosing to cherish what remains when so much has changed. It transforms ordinary days, restores hope, and nurtures deep contentment that no disappointment can fully erase. Have you paused recently to savor a small moment or express thanks to someone in your life? How might embracing gratitude gently shift your perspective and deepen your joy, even now? Legacy of kindness, sharing wisdom and encouragement. Life, when viewed from the vantage of older age, often reveals the lasting impact that small acts of kindness and thoughtful words can have on those around us. Emotional intelligence at this stage shines in the desire to give back, passing on lessons learned, offering steady encouragement, and serving as quiet anchors in the lives of family and friends. Think of George, who after a long career found contentment not only in his own achievements, but in mentoring others. In his retirement community, George takes time each week to listen to younger residents talk about their worries, be it raising children, finding new jobs, or coping with setbacks. Instead of grand lectures or unsolicited advice, George asks gentle questions, shares a story from his own winding path, and always ends conversations with a heartfelt, "You've got this." Even when he's tired or his arthritis flares up, he finds energy for a kind word, a supportive note in the mailbox, or a reassuring smile. His kindness draws others in, creating trust and a sense of safety. People come to him not just for practical solutions, but for the warmth that comes from feeling truly seen and encouraged. This generous spirit is a conscious practice. It's not about perfection or fixing every problem, but about holding space for others, especially when life feels unpredictable or hard. George quietly models how to age with grace, humility, and a genuine desire to lift others as they climb. His presence lingers long after conversations end, woven into the community's fabric by the encouragement he offers so freely. Sharing wisdom through kindness leaves ripples that extend beyond our own lives, building bridges between generations, inspiring hope, and reminding everyone that support can come in the simplest of forms. How might you pass on your wisdom or compassion today? What small gesture could plant a seed of encouragement for someone in your circle, leaving behind a legacy that warms hearts for years to come? As we reach the end of this journey through the 6 signs of emotional intelligence in old age, let's pause to appreciate the profound possibilities waiting in every chapter of life. We've explored how acceptance turns challenges into opportunities for growth, how empathy enriches relationships and brings us closer to others, and how resilience allows us to carry hope in our hearts even during the hardest seasons. We've witnessed the serenity born from gentle restraint in our responses, the secret joy found in daily gratitude, and the gentle power of kindness that continues echoing long after we've shared it. Together, these qualities form a beautiful mosaic, proof that aging isn't just about counting years, but about deepening connection, understanding, and inner peace. No matter where you find yourself today, remember, it's never too late to embrace these gifts and let your emotional wisdom shine out, illuminating your own life and the lives of those around you. Each new dawn is a chance to practice compassion, savor small joys, offer encouragement, and hold yourself and others with warmth. The stories of Margaret, Bill, Helen, Sam, Robert, Lillian, Eleanor, and George remind us that we're all capable of gentleness, courage, and transformation, even as the world changes around us. So, as you move forward, keep faith in the quiet strength you carry and know your experiences matter. You are a source of comfort, connection, and hope, a living testament to the grace and power that come with age. If this message spoke to your heart, comment the word wisdom below. And if you found inspiration here, please subscribe for more heartfelt stories and gentle guidance. Share your thoughts, your journey, and your legacy in the comments. I'd love to hear how you're embracing emotional intelligence in your own life. Until next time, take care and remember, you are more resilient and wise than you realize.